Hello, welcome to our Gold Village podcast. I'm Pastor Lockhart. If you live in Atlanta, by the way, contact us if you're interested in being involved in what we're doing. So the question is, what are we going to do? 1 Peter 5 and 8 says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, walks around like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. Boycotting denies them, but we get nothing unless they choose to give us something. I want to take you higher, like the fire of motivation. The black community should not just go along to get along or be paralyzed. We used to say back in the days, black power. And now we have black power, economically, celebrity, movies, black power socially. Churches have grown, communities have grown, professionals have grown. We need to use what we have. Businesses have grown, and our economic power has really grown. But what we need to do is do something about it. We are done with being insulted and targeted. Aren't you done? Aren't you tired? Tired of being tired? With the firing of qualified black professionals replaced by unqualified so-called merit hires who are less qualified, just good old boys. That's all they are. I would rather have General Austin than Secretary Hepseth any day. So retail stores have ended putting black products in their stores to comply with anti-DEI compliance from the government. And with funds being withheld from HBCUs and the National Museum of African American History and Culture being defunded, it leads me to believe that this is not just about DEI or unfairness towards white people, but it's just old-fashioned, and I didn't say good old-fashioned, but bad old-fashioned racism and jealousy. So the question is, what are we going to do? And I say we take an economic approach as a large village across the nation to not just take away from major retailers, but bring funds back into the black community through gold mining projects that I've created, I've designed. And you know, history has taught us everything we need to know. Because when we prosper, they want to take it away from us. So we need to be prepared to do whatever is necessary to maintain ours for future generations in our community. So basically, the first podcast will be divided into the socioeconomic building of the village in your town and city by mainly helping you to grow your village funds. Unfortunately, we have to mention the problems along with the solutions of building our gold village. I just rather focus on the solution, but sometimes everybody is not in tune with what is transpiring in our community or in our country. Secondly, we will offer defensive and survival methods to give you support to keep you safe. I know on one post, one social media format, they removed a picture of me campaigning for Kamala Harris. And I don't think somebody wants me to tell you about how everybody needs water and we can't grow water. But we have a program, and you can go on our website and see that and order that for your home, for your property, or grandmother's home or property, or grandfather's home or property. Then we will get into building emotional love and caring villages in your town or village. Let me know. I'm sure you've been lied to, or people have tried to block or destroy you, like the false political slurs that are being slung against the politicians these days. Whether we are like Peter, who denied Jesus 3 times, or Potiphar's or Joseph in dealing with Potiphar's lying wife, God can use us like he did Peter and Joseph. Often gossip doesn't allow individuals to have due process amidst the power struggles. But we should do what Jesus told us to do in Matthew 18 and go to one another. We need to offer opportunities, support, and encourage our young people, our young men and women, and each other so that we can all do better and be better and prosper and give God all the glory. Subscribe to Our Gold Village podcast. Decades ago, while driving a car one Sunday, as on many Sundays, I asked a main leader, one of the main leaders of the Montgomery boycott, Doc, how did you manage to keep it together when they bombed your home and your church in 1957? He said it was because of the praying women of the church. This was his village of common believers who believed in him and supported him. And I need your support anyway, as well. But that movement, the civil rights movement, grew. We can create a national village to help us in these greedy and mean times. It's good to have a village when armed neo-Nazi and white domestic terrorists are marching around like they did in Lincoln Heights, Ohio. Malcolm X said, we are not outnumbered, at least by those who hate us, but we may be out-organized. We can't be divided into in this village because we need unity, umoja, and we need, in order to have unity, we must have ujamaa, or in order to have ujamaa, which is collective effort, economic effort, we have to have unity. So everyone has their ministry, and we need unity, and we don't need to go in different directions because of ego. Maybe if the Congo would have supported their relatives in Angola in the 1500s, then they may have been able to withstand the Portuguese and their attacks. Again, if you live in Atlanta, give us a contact on our Shopify website or in another way. Not any other social media, but our podcast perhaps. Leave a comment if you can, or go to the link in the comments and you can go to our website. Now, I'm going to go into, in the next few podcasts, the first of 8 existential threats that are facing Black people and many other Americans. That's from the Argentine playbook. It was practiced by the Argentine government. People disappearing is the first one, with different political persuasions in the administration. But I'll go into what happened to Black people in the 1870s, the genocide that was committed against our cousins in Argentina. So join us on the next podcast. Thank you. And God be with you till we meet again.